Hey, what's up, guys? It's Eric with Plugged In Recovery. This week we're at our Witten house, and we're going to be learning a little bit more about our resident of the week, Shawn. Shawn, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I'm Shawn. My sobriety date is February 14th, 2022. So it's about a year and 10 months, coming up on 11. And yeah, it's good to be here. And a little bit about myself, I work a couple jobs right now, putting away as much money as I can, a little nest egg so I can get a place of my own, start the next chapter of my life. Using this place for what it should be used for, really trying to figure out just exactly how I can discipline myself a little more, learn a little more about how I can live on my own, trust myself a little more, and, feel like I'm a first round human, honestly.
Right, a reborn.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And we're super happy to have you at the house. You've been with us for quite some time now. It is about 4 or 5 months.
About 4 months now.
Yeah, and you're a leader in the house, and we're happy to have you. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about what brought you here and what has life been like since moving in?
So what brought me here was I wanted a little more structure. I lived in a couple of other sober living houses, and there wasn't a whole lot of a sobriety-based foundation towards it, and a lot of that was put on the back burner in some of the places that I stayed. But in some places it was kind of forced on you rather than you having that choice to make or break whatever it is that you're trying to do with your sobriety. And I wanted to do as much as I could, just like the recovery book told me to do. The suggestion I had was to not do any half measures with this. And so I just chose not to do that, make sure that everything I'm doing is 100% all the time, And so what really brought me over here was I was managing this house for a little while, and some people built some resentments towards me, and there was really not a whole lot I could do about it. The only thing that I can do within my control was to remove myself from the situation. And I've recovered financially from it, and in a better headspace now, and I reached out to a couple of people about how I could get into a better house in a different place, another journey. And one of my friends that went to the Birds of a Feather met Wade over there, knew him, knew that he had a couple of houses, and told me that I would probably be a good fit for Plugged In. So he had me call you guys up and see what was going on. It was really the first place that I called. This was the first place I called, and it was just all lined up.
The good one.
And it just so happened there was a bed open, and like everything just really just lined right up, and I'm not one to believe in coincidences. I like to believe that this is like the plan is perfect, when the time comes, like divine timing, and I just looked at it just like that. Had no doubts about it, had complete faith in what was going on next, and so took that step, man. And ever since I moved in, things have been pretty good, and still going to meetings, still seeing my sponsees. I have service commitments. I just got a second job. I've been working the second job now for about a little over a month now, and honestly, people kept saying the same thing to me. Oh, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. Oh, don't burn yourself out, Shawn. But honestly, man, just take care of yourself, mind and body. Take care of yourself spiritually. Everything's going to line up just fine. Wake up in the morning, drink some water, have those thoughts aligned first thing in the morning, get universally and spiritually fit, and be ready for the day. And honestly, I think it's all just perspective, man. Because think about it, 90 to 100% of the time, people choose how they're going to experience anything before they experience it. Wake up in the morning and know you're going to have a good day. Believe that 100%. You're going to have a great day, and it'll come to pass, man. And since I moved in, I haven't had a bad day since,
That's awesome, man. That's really good to hear. And a big thing with sober living, like you were saying, is just that structure and trying to help you get to that next level. How has, being in the house helped you with, saving money and all those other goals that you have for when you eventually move out?
Cool. I'm glad you asked that. I was wondering when I would be able to talk about this. But we have our house meeting on Sunday nights, right? And one of the aspects about the meeting was when we would bring up the sheet when that was part of it. And at the bottom it said SMART goals. This is something that I used to talk to some people. I used to work in peer support, so I used to talk to clients about that kind of stuff and then really understand what SMART goals were, and so I kind of put that on the back burner for a long time. I didn't call on any of my knowledge of it, and so I started to implement that for myself, and so the whole SMART goal aspect of it, how can I go about really budgeting and saving my money in that manner? Is it specific? Yeah, I can get specific with my goal. Is it measurable? Yeah. So I'm gonna put away at least $250 every week. Is it attainable? Absolutely. Draw out the whole plan day by day. Well, how can I do it to get there? Is it reasonable? Yeah. And then is it attainable? Yeah. So I'm going down the line, making a list of just how exactly I'm gonna hit all these milestones to get to where I need to go. And so start writing those things down, checking them off one by one, day by day. What am I doing to really achieve this goal? And I get to the end of the week, and first couple of weeks were a little shaky. I wasn't sure if I was on the right path, because these Sunday meetings would come up and it would say, hey, how did you go about your goal? How was your goal this week? Did you achieve it? Did something change? And I was like, I have to get honest with myself. It came to the point where it was like, no, I didn't reach my goal. I faltered. I spent a little more money than I should have, and I wasn't comfortable about it, and I had to say that in front of the people that I live with, that, hey man, I bought 3 sandwiches this one day, I bought another one this one day, I went out for pizza this one day, and all added up to like 70 or $80, and I'm like, I wasn't okay with that. And I was able to get to the next week and then really see what I'm made of, really get to see what I'm really made of. And so get to the next week and really look at myself and wonder exactly where it is that I'm falling short. First of all, I didn't eat breakfast in the morning. I'll just rely on some kind of magical fact that I'm gonna get the energy from the universe or something, but it didn't work out like that. Bought a tub of oatmeal, dude. I eat oatmeal every morning now. I love it. Oatmeal with some peanut butter, apple, dip it in there. I know it's weird, it probably sounds gross, but it's good, I love it. And that carries me all the way through lunch, Lunch, I'll bring a banana with me, maybe a shake, and that's it. Don't have to spend money during my day. Really, the only things I really spend cash on is just my gas, upkeep on my vehicle. And that's another weird thing, is having a vehicle. I never thought I'd have something like that in my life, because I'm used to taking a freaking bus, man. But being here and having to look at my goals week by week on the Sundays, really look at them. That's what really changed about me when I got here. Because I've been in other sober livings, and we'd have weekly meetings, and there were AA meetings, NA meetings, fill in the blank A meetings, and we'll talk about meaningful things, but we won't talk about the bottom line of what you're doing to make yourself a better person in this society. Where is it in my psyche am I going to be a better person for tomorrow? Where am I going 5 years from now? And people always say, don't future trip, man. And it's like, how can I not? I feel like I have to be better prepared, because I can't solve my problems with debt. I can't solve my problems with my license and stuff like that. Thank goodness I got my license back. With budgeting, what money looks like to me, and how I should take care of myself, food, all these things. How can I get sober? And with all these little things nagging at me, And the real answer to that was solve them one by one. Don't do it all at once, one by one step at a time. Keep getting to that goal, And for me, it was week by week. It was look at myself. Is that $5? Do you need to spend that $5? Yes, the other day I was out shopping. I was going to buy a shirt, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to come back for this tomorrow. If I feel like buying it tomorrow, I'll get it. I woke up the next day. I was like, I don't need that. I got 15 shirts in my closet. I'm fine. I got a shirt from Plugged In. I'm going to be good, Just got a brand new shirt. I don't need another one, So it's looking at little things like that. What can I live with? What can I live without? And, it was the week by week look at myself every Sunday that really got me to that point. Little disciplines.
Nice, man. Well, I'm happy to hear that, taking advantage of the SMART goals. I never heard of SMART goals before coming here, so that was something that's been cool for me as well. I did want to ask you too, for anybody who's watching that might be on the fence about going to sober living, or maybe somebody who's just relapsed and is having a hard time coming back, do you have any words of encouragement or advice for them?
stick with the program, man. We're all here for each other. You know, like it doesn't matter what it is you might be going through. Somebody has gone through it too. And honestly, man, nobody can do it for you. You know, nobody can do it for you. You got to do this for yourself. You know, like, because, and nobody's going to do it better than you can. Nobody can. Whatever it is that you're going through, you were made and built, and you have a God-given birthright to overcome those obstacles. And it's not up to anybody else to overcome those obstacles but yourself. And you have that strength. You have it. You just have to be aware of it and take ownership of it. Because I never believed in God, man. I never did. And somewhere in all of it, I found the spirit of the universe that I can trust in completely, you know? And whatever higher power it is, I feel like it's the same kind in point at every point in existence, you know? And you get into sober living, be a part of it 100%, you know? 100% give yourself over to it. You will not fail, trust me, man. Like, you can't fail. Like, because I believe that God, the spirit of the universe, has only your well-being in mind. You know, it's absolutely crazy about you. Absolutely crazy about you. And you know what? It's going to be uncomfortable sometimes, but it's through that discomfort you really have growth. And that's when you know you're on the right path. You know, like, believe me, man, like I shouldn't be sitting here. And thank goodness I had somebody come to me and tell me exactly what's going on with me and put me on that path, you know. So give it all up. Just give yourself completely over to it. Meet every challenge with your head held high, you know, because you can't fail at this. You just can't fail at this. And hopefully I see you as we trudge the road to happy destiny, you know?
Yeah, in the fellowship of the Spirit.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Well, as we kind of wrap it up here, it is the holiday season, a season of gratitude. What's something that you're grateful for?
Just exactly what we've been talking about. I'm grateful at higher power in my life, you know, that can do anything but fail. You know, like I wake up every day and I don't have any doubt that my day is going to go exactly how it's supposed to, make the choices that I'm supposed to make, you know. So I'm very grateful to have found the higher power of my understanding.
That's awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you sitting down with us for a little bit, kind of sharing your experience here at the houses. Congratulations on Resident of the Week.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week.